Alright, we're at part 2 where we're going to start putting the stitches on the river for circular. In as close as I can, and then we're going to struggle together to get those stitches onto the river. So here we go. We're going to start with measuring 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so those ones upward just a little bit. Okay, now it looks like I kicked one that it shouldn't be there. Probably okay. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this stitch disappeared while we were talking. We need to make sure that we grab that stitch, put it up on number 9. And we grab this stitch. Sometimes a double-eyed needle is better because you can stab it from any direction. Put it on the machine. Careful that you don't go past the latches. You want to make sure that you just put these stitches in the loops. Okay. Make sure you grab both or all of the yarn from your loop. One has to be very careful not to lose these stitches. Now if I measured correctly, then I will have 18 and 18. If I have screwed this up, it's all out there. One, 2, and the last one is 3. Whew. Okay, we need to get some weight on this thing. Now, there are several different kinds of weights you can use. You can try claw weights, you can try just pulling it down, or you can use the 7 weights. If you've never seen a 7 weight, they are generally shaped like the number 7. And you just weasel them in. Removed. Okay, so we have 7 weight on the top, 7 weight on the bottom, claw weight in behind. So now we have a 7 weight, claw weight. We are now going to fix the tension on our yarn because this will never do. And we'll set up for circular knitting for a sock. So this would be tubular knitting. We're going to set our main carriage to C and our ribber carriage to 0 on the left, similar to the cast on. So we're at tension 5, pushing up the ribber bed, connecting our ribber. I'm going to go over these settings one more time. Okay, main carriage, C for circular, tension 5, ribber, tension 5, O on the left, 1 on the right. So just like when we did our cast on, the main bed will knit first, the lower bed will knit second. We are now going to knit 14 rows of circular, which on the machine will read 28 because it takes 2 rows to make a round. So here we go. 1, 2. Pull this down a little bit. Okay. Now we got to really watch this to make sure that they all knit off. If you are not finding that they are knitting off, then you will need to insert your fine knit bar, which I don't currently have installed, but we will install it later. So let's go with 28 rows. Now that we have 28 rows knit, we're going to shape the heel. Now you're going to say to yourself, how do we shape a heel? When we did the flatbed sock, we put the main carriage into partial knitting and we knit the heel on one side. Well, now we're going to do something completely different. We're going to lower the ribber 1 full notch. Put the ribber to the side. We're going to release the yarn, change back to our normal sinker plate. Pretty scary, you think? But yes, you can actually knit the heel on the main bed in partial knitting. So that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to follow the partial knitting rules in the Singer sock book. So our rules state that we will bring out 1 stitch opposite side of the carriage and we knit across, under, out, across. Uh-oh, I screwed up. Okay, I gotta back this up. So what I forgot to do was to put my carriage back into O, so that it will knit across this way. So I backed up that 1 row and now we will start again. Okay, so we just brought this one out. We're going to knit across. Make sure that your gate is closed. And perfect, so it knit all of the inside ones and did not knit the outside. Put it under, bring the next one out. After about 3 of these, you should put a claw weight in behind here to pick up the slack. I'm going to work down to 10 stitches in working position. So, here and here. Just a couple more. Okay, we're at just 10 in, getting across, still going under. So now we're going to work backwards. So just like you saw where I put this one underneath, we are now going to put that one back into work. Knit across, under, back into work, knit across, under, back into work. Okay, this is the last one. Now we're going to bring this back. Okay, so now we have to switch. Back to the river. You also want to make sure you take your Russell levers back out of work. Back into work. Add your yarn. And now push up your river. You see that these stitches are up. Pull them down. You can now push your river back into the connecting arm and move your carriage back to C, still tension 5. You're going to have a massive hole on the left-hand side of your work. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. Alright, you're going to lower just the one side, just a little bit. And you see this stitch right here? Well, there's a little purl right there. Twist it, connect it, bring it up here. Okay. Now that should eliminate the hole that always forms on that side of the circular knit sock. With that little maneuver, we have now knit the heel of the sock. We will now knit the foot of the sock. We will now knit 28 rounds, which will be 56 rows for the foot of this sock. Just a reminder, we are in C, tension 5, that has not changed. Tension 5 still on the river, and we're still in no knitting to the left. So here we go. Still looking good. I will come back when I am at 28 rounds. Okay. 52, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to shape the toe. At this point, you could just do another short row decrease to make a toe, but the Singer instructions have a different method. So we're going to follow that method. The Singer Sock book says to decrease using a 2-eye transfer tool both ends of both beds. Okay, move the needles out of work, and then we will knit 4 rows, which is 2 rounds. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we will do that again. So we will do this until we have 14 stitches on each bed. So that's like almost none. So if we count this now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we basically just do it twice. Because we started at 18 and now we're going down to 14. Okay, so now we're going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4. That does the gradual decrease, and now we're going to do an extreme decrease, where we are going to decrease 1 on each side, both beds, every round. Here we go. So 1, 2, and we're going to do this until only 6 stitches remain on both beds. Okay, so now we go 1 round. Watch our weights here. 1 round and repeat. So we'll have 3 on either side of 0. I'll come back when that's done. Here we are at 6 and 6. 1 more round. Now we get to bind it off. So what I do at this point is I transfer my stitches up onto their corresponding friends. Because we were knitting at tension 5, when we drop the ribbon bed, we will knit it 1 row of tension 10, and then we're just going to gate peg bind off. So here we go. Lowered down, removed, back into O, tension 10, leather's incomplete. If you don't want a gate peg bind off, you could, well, you know what? Let's just latch tool. So what we'll do is we will hand manipulate these all the way back. Okay, all the way back, take off the weight and latch tool. So here's our work. All the weights are off. Moving it forward. One. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, holding that there. Snipping my yarn. Pulling it through. That'll just relax on its own. So here we have our heel to our toe. If you want that a little tighter, maybe do tension 10 instead of hand manipulating. But as far as I'm concerned, it'll just fill itself in. You can see where that little hole is. It's not as big as it usually is. And on this side, it's non-existent. I'm going to sew up the side seam, and then we'll come back. So here you go, a happy little sock. Let me know in the comments if you want to see double rib, single rib, 2 rib, wide rib, English rib, swung English, or any of those basic ribber skills. I will be locating some different mylars so that we can do the pin tuck, tuck rib, and drive lace, as well as the pile knitting using a 560. In the next video, I will have the 560 mylars and we'll get busy knitting some really cool ribbing.